Welcome back to the discussion and thank you for always joining us. This is K.c.s.e 1994 paper 2 question number 18, a question on linear programming. And the question we have reads, a factory manufactures two products which are produced on three machines. We have machine X, Y, and Z. The first product requires 2 hours on machine X, 3 hours on machine Y, and 1 hour on machine Z. The second product requires 1 hour on machine X, 4 hours on machine Y, and 2 hours on machine Z. Machine X can be used for at most 200 hours, machine Y for at most 240 hours, and Z for at most 90 hours. The profit per unit is 300 for the first product and 400 for the second product. Form inequalities representing the above information and represent them on the grid, and from the graph you determine the number of units. Very simple. We are going to begin by looking at the formation of inequalities. We have three machines. We have machine X, Y, and Z. I want to begin with machine X. And we have been told for the first product requires 2 hours of machine X. And we have also been told that on the second product it requires 1 hour of machine X, and therefore we are going to take 2x plus y will be less or equal to. We have been told machine X can be used for at most 100 hours. At most means 100 and below. That means it's less or equal to 100, and that becomes the first inequality. We have also been told that again on the first product, which is on machine Y, 3 hours on machine Y and 1 hour on machine Z. So we are going to take 3 hours. We are going to take 3 hours on machine Y. That is 3x plus 4 hours on machine Y again on the second product. So we are going to have 4y. And we have been told that machine X can be used for at most 100 hours, while machine Y is available for at most 240 hours. And therefore this is going to be less or equal to 240. And this becomes our second inequality. Having done that, we again move to machine Z. So we have the first product requires 1 hour on machine Z, and the second product requires 2 hours on the same machine Z, and therefore we are going to have X plus 2y, and this one is going to be less or equal to, on machine Z it can be used for at most 90 hours, and therefore this one is going to be less or equal to 90 as the third inequality. We are also going to have non-negative inequalities where x is greater or equal to 0 as the fourth inequality, and y is greater or equal to 0 as the fifth inequality. And by so doing, we have formed the 5 inequalities representing the above situation. The next thing we are going to do is to graph the given inequalities. So we are going first to start by drawing the tables that we are going to use. For the first one, we have 2x plus y is equal to 100. I'm going to make a small table here having x and y, and I want to assume when the value of x is 0, then we are going to have 2 times 0 plus y is equals to 100. Y will be 100, and when y is, for example, 0, then the value of x is going to be 50. The 2 points are enough for us to draw that particular line. For the second one, where 3x plus 4y is equal to 240, we are going again to draw a small table having x and y, and I want to assume that the value of x is 0. That means 3x will be 0. That means to get y, you simply divide both sides by 4. 240 divided by 4, you get 60. Then I want to assume that the value of y is 0. Then 4 times 0 is 0. We are going to have 3x being equal to 240. The value of x is going to be 80. Then of course we move down to where we have x plus 2y is equal to 90. I'm going to make a table having x and y. When the value of x is 0, y will be 45. And if I assume the value of y is 0, then x is going to be 90. So from here we can go and graph our inequalities. The highest value we have is 100, and therefore we are going to go. We start from 0 here, then we are going to have 10, 20, we have 30, 40, 50, we have 60, we have 70, 80, 90, and lastly we have 100. On the x-axis again we use the same scale. We are going to have 10 here, 20, we have 30, 40, 50, 60, we have 70, we have 80, we have 90, we have 100. We can as well have 110 because the graphs are never exact. Then from here, we are going to go straight and start drawing. For the first one, where we have 2x plus y is equal to 100, when the value of x is 0, y is 100 at this particular point here. And when x is 50, y is 0, x is 50 at this point, and y will be 0 here. Once we have done that, we come and draw a line from 100 down to 50. That is the line we have. Remember, according to the inequality symbol, what we need is below this line, and therefore we are going to shade the upper part. We are going to shade the upper part, and of course label this particular line as 2x plus y is equal to 100. The next one we have is 3x plus 4y is equal to 240. When x is 0, y is 60. When x is 0, y is 60 at this point here. And when x is 80, y is 0. When x is 80 here, y is 0 at this point. Once we have done that, again we go and draw the line straight away from 60 to 80. Again we come and label this as 3x plus 4y is equal to 240. Again, the inequality symbol tells us that what we need is below this line, and therefore we are going to shade the upper part. The last one is what we have as x plus 2, y is equal to 90. When x is 0, y is 45. 45 is at this point here. and when when x is 90, y is 0 at this point here. Again, we are going to use a ruler to draw the straight line joining the 2 points. This way. This is x plus 2y is equals to 90. Again, what we need is below the line, so we are going to shade this point here. We are going to shade the upper part. And lastly, we have a situation where x is greater or equal to 0. We are going to shade this region down here. We also have a situation where y is greater or equal to 0. So we also shade here, and this becomes our required region. At this point, we are simply going to take the points on the edges. We take the point at this point, we pick this one, and we also pick this one. If I call this one A, I call this one B, and I call this one C, I'm going to start by picking A, and the coordinates of A will be 0, and A will be 0 and 45. B will be 36 down there, and 27 on the y-axis, and lastly C will be x, where is 50 and y is 0. And at this point here, you realize that according to what we are supposed to do, the profit per unit is 300 and 400 for the second product. That gives our objective function, and the objective function is going to be 300x plus 400y, and the points that are going to give us the maximum profit will be the units that we have at P, where x is going to be 36 units and y will be 27 units. That gives us the solution to that. And if you need to calculate the maximum profit that we are going to get from here, the maximum profit or maximum value will be obtained by simply taking the objective function, which is 300, you multiply by the number of units produced, which is 36, plus we have 400, you multiply by the number of units produced, and this one is going to give us a total of 21,600, and that becomes the solution to this question. Remember, the question was asking about the units of product 1 and that of the second product. Thank you for watching and welcome to our discussions. And in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, you click the subscribe button so that anytime we publish a video like this, you will automatically be given a notification. Thank you and welcome.